Are you looking to level up your self-improvement game as a man? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how to do exactly that by going over 5 of the best habits you must build if you truly want to get to that next level. It took me years to understand how important these habits are, but for you, I'm going to make it take less than 15 minutes. Let's get into it. Habit number 1, building your personal economy. This is the first thing you need to start doing if you're really trying to improve as a man, because your personal economy will ultimately determine the results you experience each and every day of your life. Your personal economy is literally how much you know, because the only difference between you and that rich dude that has the life you want is information. It's the mindset. If you knew everything that rich dude that has the life you want knows right now, it would only be a matter of time until you could recreate his life. But the reality is, of course, you don't know what he knows. That's why you need to start investing in yourself by increasing the amount of information you know. Trust me guys, you don't want to be like most people who stop learning the moment they leave school, because this just breeds ignorance. And I know they say ignorance is bliss, but the truth is, ignorance is weakness. An ignorant person is an easily controlled person. So a knowledgeable person is a powerful person. The more information you know and the more powerful you become, the more you can exercise that power on your external reality and shape it in the way you want. And I want to make a point here that not all information is good information. I'm not saying to go out and invest in something that you don't care about. What I am saying is that the information you want to invest in is information that is relevant to you, your life, and what you want to achieve. For me, the information that is relevant to me, my life, and what I want to achieve relates to constantly growing and teaching myself, so I can help others grow and teach themselves as well. So the information that is most relevant to my personal economy is information that is usually related to personal development. You see what I'm getting at here? The best way to go about this is to start thinking of yourself as a business and conducting your life and yourself as such. Only the best, most efficient businesses end up succeeding long term. And the most important thing that allows those businesses to succeed is their personal economy, or the information that they know and use to shape the space they're in, dominate, and win. Habit number 2, daily exercise. And I know most of you probably started thinking about physically working out daily when I said daily exercise, but that's not just what I'm talking about here. When I said daily exercise, I'm talking about it in the terms of physical, mental, and emotional fitness. Too many men just focus on their physical appearance. I mean, this could be you. And if it is you, what you need to take into account is that you could be the most physically fit person in the world, but mentally and emotionally, to put it bluntly, you're a train wreck. Your life is in shambles, you have no purpose, you have no discipline, you have no plan, and as a natural byproduct of all this, you have no idea how to regulate your own emotions. I know this may seem harsh, but if this is you, you actually need to acknowledge this about yourself if you want to change. And I know exactly how it feels because I was in the exact same place as you. And the only thing that allowed me to grow out of that place was acknowledging where I was and taking consistent steps to change. And that is the great thing here, because if you can start acknowledging where you are instead of running away from it like most people, all you have to do is implement daily holistic exercises. Don't just go to the gym. Do some shadow work and learn how to meditate so you can start healing your traumas and start manifesting better cycles in your life automatically. Instead of gaming or watching that show for the next hour, take an hour to think about your goals and how you want your life to look. Instead of telling yourself how bad you look in the mirror, or even worse, avoiding how you look in the mirror, look directly at yourself in the eyes and say you love yourself. And put some positive affirmations around your house and places where you'll see them. All of these counts as simple, daily, holistic exercises. And just like working out, the more daily, holistic exercises you do on a consistent basis, the more results you'll eventually end up seeing in your life. Now, if you have any quick questions, put them in the comments below. And if you're really serious about taking the quality of your life to the next level and actually experiencing permanent life-changing results, sign up for one-on-one coaching with me. Also, make sure to download my free ebook, Your Hero's Journey. I created this book specifically for you, to help you along your personal development journey. And I can guarantee you that by the time you finish this book, you will be a different person. You can find the links to both of these in the description and the pinned comments down below. Habit number 3, self-discipline. Now, I know this habit is an obvious one, but I'd be doing you guys a disservice if I didn't mention just how important self-discipline actually is. I mean, when you think about it, nothing can even be achieved without self-discipline, especially if you're getting into self-development. Because if you haven't realized it yet, everything we do takes time to build. And it is always harder to discipline yourself at the beginning, but that's the key. If moving forward, you can understand that that new habit or routine you're trying to implement right now or will be trying to implement won't always be as hard or unnatural as it is at the start. And you can also understand that if you can just keep up that consistency for a month or two, then that habit will become almost like a lifestyle, and it'll start to become significantly easier to do each and every day, eventually getting to the point where you don't even think about doing it anymore. You just do it automatically. And just speaking from personal experience, when I first started my YouTube channel a year ago, this shit was really hard. But the more I practiced, the more I learned. And the more I learned, the easier it got, to the point where now it's actually pretty easy. And I honestly can't even believe I'm doing all this. And that's how it will be for you as well, as long as you can stick past that hard phase. You want to start thinking of self-discipline as a muscle. Each time you follow through with something that you said you'd do, you build that muscle. And each time you go against something you said you'd do, you weaken the muscle. So for any of you who have self-discipline issues, ask yourself how often you actually do what you say you'll do. If it's not very often, you probably have some very weak self-discipline muscles and need to get in the habit of working them out. The more you work out your self-discipline muscles, the stronger it gets and the easier it will be to follow through with your word, which means the easier it will be for you to build yourself into the man you want to become. Habit number 4, positive thinking. Although you don't realize it yet, the way you think influences your view and experience of your reality. And just like a habit, the more you do it, the easier it gets, until you eventually start to do it on autopilot. Did you catch that? I'm essentially saying that you can control your reality with your thoughts that happen on autopilot without you even realizing they're happening every single day. Just like how you breathe on autopilot every single day without even realizing it. If you could just record all of your given thoughts throughout a day on a piece of paper for a month, you would start to see noticeable patterns in the way you think, and you would easily be able to see just how many of the same negative unconscious thoughts you're having that are actively hurting you by negatively influencing your view of your reality. From seeing this, you would obviously say, I have to change these thoughts. And this is exactly what I'm telling you to do. Now, obviously, I'm not saying you have to write all your thoughts down, but I am saying to start paying attention to what you're thinking. Because when you start to pay attention to the thoughts that are influencing your view of your reality, you start to gain control over your reality by gaining the power to change your thoughts. And I'm not just saying this because I heard this from somewhere and it sounds nice. I've personally practiced positive thinking for over a decade now. And in my opinion, I've gotten so good at it that I was literally able to go from an insecure, anxious, depressed individual to a confident, happy, and calm individual by doing exactly what I've just told you here, and progressively changing the thoughts of how I was unconsciously seeing myself. I actually have a video here if you'd like to check that out. I could go far more in depth here, but all I want you to really realize is that positive thinking is a skill. And if you can learn to start simply paying attention to your thoughts and consciously shift those thoughts whenever you start thinking something bad to something else that makes you feel good, or at least better than you were before, you are actively practicing positive thinking. And just like habits, the more you practice positive thinking, the more positive thoughts you will automatically think, which will eventually shift your whole experience of your reality into something way better than where it is now, automatically and effortlessly. Habit number 5. Moving with purpose. Now, although this habit is something that takes most men a long time to actually start implementing, this habit is the most important habit, because when you are able to actually start moving with purpose as a man, this won't just make you 10 times more attractive as a man. No, this will place you on a whole different stratosphere when it comes to personal development and creating a legacy for yourself. Everyone on this planet is here for a reason. Whether that reason is God-given or self-given is irrelevant. Yet most people will die without even becoming aware of it. Most people will walk through life aimlessly, just doing what they're told in a state of semi-existence. But when you as a man can develop the habit of first unlocking your purpose, which comes from intense, true self-reflection. Second, having the balls to actually embody that purpose through action. And third, making the decision to move with your purpose every single day, well, you become unstoppable. And again, I'm saying all this all from experience. The only reason I'm able to do everything I do, to continually transform myself and continually give back to you guys week after week, is because I feel like it's my purpose. I'm not depending on motivation or recognition. I just love it. I love the journey and I feel alive and fulfilled while doing it. This is why moving with purpose is the most important habit, because when you move with purpose, you in some weird metaphysical sense become real. You're no longer just existing like everyone else and just getting by in life. You're now actively influencing and playing the game of life by injecting your own unique energy into it and causing a literal butterfly effect into the fabric of fucking space-time, while also getting the privilege to build your character into someone who is one of one and create your dreams. And if that doesn't sound amazing to you, I honestly don't know what will. Now, at this point of the video, you're probably super motivated to start implementing these habits into your life. I'd be too. That's why your next step is to watch this video, which is going to teach you about something that is even better than habits, which will help you build the habits in this video that much quicker.